Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Legacies. This episode 7 of season 2. Hopefully guys have enjoyed the first part of the season so far. Last episode, it was interesting because everybody has now got the memories back thanks to Joseph. That Hope is Hope Michelson. You know, she's not what was she saying, Hope Marshall, what she was trying to introduce herself as at the start of this season, because obviously her actions from the last season, she tried to save everybody, which resulted in everybody losing the memory of Hope. Well, obviously she's been introduced now, and she's had a bit of clicks here and there with people, and obviously people are remembering little bits here and there, and trying to figure out, you know, she's not really the person that she's saying she currently is, and we need to dig deeper into it and see, you know, like what it's all about, mate. How's she a witch? How's she a werewolf? What's going on there? Why is she not coming to our school? Why have we never heard of her? Do you know what I'm saying? Lizzie, she's obviously woke up and she's realised after getting blasted from Joseph in the episode prior with all the memories, she knows Hope Michelson. She went over, she was speaking to her, she's holding in that secret as well, and that is why the episode before, episode 5, she was saying, look mate, Josie and Landon, they're about to do the deed, mate, about to sleep with each other. If you want him, you need to go and tell him now, because once it's done, you can't do that to my sister. You know, I like it, the way she's trying to do the right thing, but also stand by her sister as well and do the right thing in that way. She don't want her to get hurt. Well, Hope didn't say it. She's like, look, it's not my place. I can't go in and throw a grenade and blow everybody up, pretty much. I need the actions just to play out how it is, and that's what exactly it done. I know Joseph, she cast a spell that literally blasted, like, the whole of, I don't know, the school area, Mystic Falls. I don't know what it was. It was powerful anyway, and hit literally everybody in the vicinity, and it knocked them all out. All the supernatural characters went down, mate. They all collapsed on the floor. But what I thought was absolutely fascinating is the fact that Rick was in the police station getting interrogated from the sheriff, and obviously she was just saying to him, look mate, every time there's a death or somebody's gone missing, or I've looked into you, done a background check, and your girlfriends, you know, they seem to die or go missing, you know, your name's associated with many murder cases and many missing people files in this town, so it's only my job to come in and to question you. He's like, mate, you know, I didn't want to pull this card, but ring that, whipped it out, mate. It's Mayor Matt Donovan. He's no longer the sheriff, obviously, this female is, but he's the mayor of the city now, and he's still got connections with Rick, and obviously she's put a call in. She said, yeah, Matt's vouched for you, you're free to go. But as that happened, the spell come in, Rick went down, mate. That's why it's interesting, mate. Rick went down with the spell with all the supernaturals, yet the sheriff stood still, and so did Caleb's sister as well, because they had Sebastian locked up with MG. They was in there, and obviously they were speaking to him, and they got knocked down. And obviously the human, Caleb's sister, was stood still. The sheriff, she was stood still. Everybody else fell. So, I mean, that one has got me well invested. Now, obviously, everybody's got the memories back of Landon. Everybody's turned to him and saying, look, what are you doing? Are you going to be with Joseph? Are you going to be with Hope? Like, what's your plans? Who are you picking? That's such a tough one. He didn't rush last episode either. He said, look mate, he went to start with Joseph, and he said, look, I know we've got our memories back, but you are a great person, and you know, really enjoy spending my time with you as well, and this is just confusing for me. I don't really know what to do, and I don't want to rush into a decision. Yes, it does change everything that I've got these memories, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to go back to Hope. You know, you're currently my girlfriend, and I just need to reflect and sit down and just make the right call. I don't really know what to do now, and I don't want to rush into it. I respect it. You know, he took the logical approach. I do think that is the best way to not do a quick decision. So again, I have no idea who he's going to pick, but like I said last episode, because he spent most of the season with Joseph, I feel pretty devastated for her if he picks Hope. But that doesn't mean that I don't want him to pick Hope, because last season I thought they had an amazing connection, and it was the only time we actually seen Hope happy and laughing, and that is the best type of Hope, I personally think. Instead of walking around all miserable, feeling like she's alone and got no friends, I feel like when she's around Landon, she's more joyous, and that brings the better side of her character out. But also, because now she's becoming friends with Lizzie, you admitted last episode that she does think she's kind of cool, and they're getting a little click going, that excites me as well, because then it doesn't just have to be Landon that makes makes Hope happy. She can have friends, and she can, you know, I don't know, get with Raphael, whatever. I like the fact that he went over and told her as well, look mate, you know, we can't really speak as well, because I've had feelings for you for ages, and I can't really do it to Landon, and that is why me and you can't really hang around much, because I respect him too much. Again, fair play to him, big up, telling the truth, I like it. There's loads of relationships that could possibly happen as well, because obviously MG's clicking with Caleb's sister, but also he's clicking with Lizzie, but now Sebastian is in the present. He was saying that his girlfriend back in the day, yeah, cast a spell that put him in the box pretty much, because obviously he was going around, he was killing loads of people in the village, in the town or something, and he got her in, like a witch or somebody, to go out and suss down the monsters. Well, they figured out that it was him, and she didn't want everybody to know it was him. So what they done is they cast a new monster to come in that was worse than him, so they all, you know, focused on that one. So while he was desiccating in a box and they was trying to take the monster down that she created, she couldn't do it, and he watched her die pretty much, and he was devastated, and he was crying, he was tied up, and I thought it was quite good, and he seemed quite genuine. And then obviously at the end of the episode, he turned up in the school with MG. MG was saying to Lizette, look, I know that I made you feel crazy, but I am sorry, you're not actually crazy. Sebastian is real, and he's here, and all of them stood there. So do you know what I mean? She could either go with Sebastian or MG as well. Personally, I would pick MG, but I think Sebastian is quite decent. So again, like I said, there's lots of relationships that are being built. Rick even said to the police officer that he kind of finds her attractive as well, and has done a background check on her, just like she has done on him. And, you know, he kind of needs somebody, even though he does need like a female companion that to spend his time with. Like Josie said, that's the reason why she voted him out, so he can spend time with actual, like a female in relationship and get on with his life. He also needs a sheriff that's going to help him, and that's not going to raise questions. It's going to turn the other way whenever like something happens, and is going to trust him. And she said, sorry, I can't really do that. Obviously, she's standing by just a moral code of being a police officer and not turning a blind eye when it comes to a crime scene. And he's like, well, that's not what I needed to hear, and he got MG in, and he compelled us to forget everything. So again, really interesting. So I can't wait to see how this plays out, how it plays out with Clark, how it plays out with obviously Hope and Landon's storyline, Josie, and is MG going to end up with Lizzie, or is she going to pick Sebastian? Crazy. Thanks so much for clicking on today's episode. Hopefully guys enjoy it, and if you do, please smash a like, it really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into episode 7 of season 2 of Legacies.
I was wrong to say I loved her. Oh my darling, I had lied.
You ever had a memory where you can't tell if it actually happened or if it was just a dream?
Well, how can I give you all of me?
What if you realize it wasn't a dream at all? It was real.
That is tough. It's true what you say, man.
Armed with everything you never thought you needed to know. Burdened with a choice no one should have to make.
How am I supposed to love you?
So, this is nice, right? Together again, it's great. It's awesome. I've never been better. My work paid off, my mind is sharp, all perceived mental breakdowns were a figment of my imagination.
You should forgive MG.
He hid things from me. 0 stars.
He's not the only friend keeping secrets.
I didn't want to hurt you either.
Yeah, well, 0 stars.
Look at us. Clear hearts and minds, letting the power of our intellect rule the day over our emotions.
Greetings, witches.
Who the hell are you?
But in the presence of the master of the ancient lands.
Prohiber.
Invisic. See? Girl power.
And do you know what? I actually really like the song that was playing when Landon was walking through, man. And like what he said there, mate, when you have well, he's basically saying, mate, what if you had a dream and it was amazing? And he was like, oh, this is so good. And it turns out it's real and you've lived it, and that is your actual life, and it becomes your reality. But you're not in it now because you've moved on to something else. And you got a chance to go back into it because it was so good. What are you going to pick? Yeah, mate, that is tough. It is really tough. Like, I think that's a really good analogy how they've done it. And I think Lizzie's quite funny, man. She's having a good season, Lizzie. Really good season. So I'm excited to see how her character progresses as well. But, yeah, that story about night and day, I would never guess that right. It was 2 sisters. One was born first, then the first one gave birth to the second one. Who are they? How the hell would you know that's night and day? Like, to me, I used to say night and day is like it's clear. Do you know what I mean? Like 2 + 2 is 4. It's clear. It's night as day. Like, but I don't know. Maybe. Interesting.
So good news, we caught another monster. It's a Sphinx, in case you had that on your Malivore bracket.
Good morning to you too.
I mean, you told me. Now, the memories.
I'm headed home to New Orleans to do research on how to close the portal with my aunt and her circle of witches.
I have hit girl power rock bottom. I hate myself for having to ask you this, but cut to the chase.
I'm a prismatic hologram from your subconscious. You only know what you know. You still want him, right?
Everybody wants him, though. That's the problem. Malivore even wants him.
Yeah, but you're my brother. You're not my bodyguard.
I'm whatever I need to be to keep you safe, Lan.
Any chance we can talk?
Oh, yeah. I'll give you guys some space.
Crazy ideas go, this one certainly takes the cake.
Ah, they've told him he's...
Could work, right?
Are you sure you're ready for this?
Technically, the only person who has to do anything dangerous is Hope.
What will you say to her in return to convince her?
There's only one way to find out.
Ah, he can't string one like that, man. That's bad.
Hope, I love you. Hope Michelson.
Landon, I love you too.
You had to find Hope?
Oh, what's this?
What the hell is happening?
Ah, mate, I thought that only somebody holding that crystal-y thing can speak to her. How's he actually just rocking around, mate? Wait, he had me then. I was like, I was in my head. I was going to pause it and say that's well tight. I can't believe he's actually gone in and said that if you don't mean it. But now it's like he's confronted him straight away, and she hadn't had time to like sit down and be like, yeah. She's like, what? Same as me, actually.
This is the opposite of clear thinking. There are two Landons?
We are calling the other one.
Simu Landon.
Headmaster Vardamus helped us.
Wow, look how hairy he is, man.
Tried to find the mind, body, and spirit of Simulandon with a spell.
We'll let the Sphinx take him into the portal. I don't want to go in the portal. I want to stay here with Hope.
I bound him to the lunar cycle. So when the moon reaches its apex tomorrow night,
Simu me will disintegrate.
My blood's not enough to keep the portal closed. I have to activate my vampire side. Malivore is just gonna spit him out and create a new portal.
Not if he disintegrates before there's anything to spit out. I love you, Hope. Please stop saying that. I can't help it. I want to shout it from the rooftops. I love Hope!
I don't know.
That is a creature. At the dawn of life, it has 4 feet. At the middle, 2 feet. And in its twilight, 3 feet.
The baby walks on 4 feet, and then it stands on 2 feet. And then when it gets old, walks with a cane.
And seeing as you've answered my riddle correctly, you've earned yourself an answer to any question. Sphinxes can't lie.
How do I keep Landon safe?
There's no keeping Landon safe as long as he remains here.
Wow, that's actually really good, that, man. Like, obviously, you could think that he's chatting, but he's actually not chatting because the head teacher's the one that's trying to get him. So that's really good. I would be asking for riddles consistently. I'd be like, give one, give me another, go on, give us another. And I would just be firing them all out, literally. Potential. He has got potential to be, like, good. Not as in, like, a good character, but, like, be good for this episode in literally giving everything. Like, Josie could go down there, answer a riddle, would Landon pick me or Hope? Boom, tell her. Do you know what I mean? Interesting.
We're not gonna talk about how you walked away from me after we took down the Croton.
I didn't have much to say.
They don't just stalk off when things get complicated. So why don't you stop avoiding me?
Not avoiding you.
There's a shelf life in doing the right thing. If you wait too long, it's just wrong.
I love you. So much.
Vardamus, if he thinks he's allowed to enroll Teen Dracula in the same school as my daughters...
Rick, the problem is Vardamus.
Oh, you ran Vardamus's DNA.
Told you I'd keep an eye on him.
His results don't make any sense. It says he's both male and female, and every ethnicity under the sun. The Malivore pit. The night Hope disappeared, there was a third person there besides her and Landon. I couldn't figure out who it was.
You saying Vardamus was at the pit?
You are a powerful witch now, and a long way from gushing nosebleeds. Your friend lied to you. Your twin helped her keep that secret. Your boyfriend's heart clearly belongs to another. Other ways to release the demons dancing in your mind. Close your eyes. It will transfer all the dark energy right out of you.
quo animo transibit.
Is she calling someone?
Vesmatus tribum nas exidas quo animo transibit.
This will all be over soon.
Oh my god.
Do you know why she got loads of dark magic in her? Like, how did you get that dark magic? I would like to know that, because why has he singled her out? You know what I'm saying? Like, ever since that she cast that first spell and the nose bled, he picked her. Now, I've got to say, even though I don't like how he's getting used to get this weapon or whatever, I do like how he is actually complimenting her growth and telling that she's strong, and he's giving her positivity. And that's what I do like. He is encouraging her. You're doing well. You're strong. You've progressed so far, you know, from nosebleeds to this. Look at it, mate. You know, you're a powerful witch. That's great, mate. The guy's bigging her up. He's telling her the truth, and he's giving her confidence. I love that side of it, because she deserves it. There's not many people that tell her all this stuff, and I like it. But then obviously I just don't like how it's being used. It's being flipped then, you know, it's took off her and it's being used in a negative way and been put into the trident. But again, what I'd like to know is why is she full of all this dark magic? Unless I've forgot something that happened. Did she touch something and absorb loads of it? And then obviously now he keeps extracting it from her. Because obviously that's why they put it in the hourglass. I'm interested. It's good anyway. I do like Josie.
I didn't know I was so afraid of needles. I guess I'll have to add that to the list. Bugs with wings, doors on hinges. Sorry,
Doors on hinges.
am I talking too much? I get chatty when I'm nervous. I'm dead soon. What's the harm in talking?
It's complicated.
What's so complicated? Your friends don't want you to have to go into the portal, so they created me.
You really do say whatever's on your mind.
Must be the subconscious prison thing. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm a coward, but he is. That's why he can't say he wants you to stay. That's why he's not here right now sharing how he feels about you.
It's actually sad. It's like a death wish.
Sphinx can't take me if I'm dead at the bottom of the lake, right?
This is insane.
Yeah, you mean the same you landed?
I mean, everything. And there's these monsters and the attacks. And the plans and the backup plans. But according to the Sphinx, it's not even going to end anytime soon. We came to this school because there was nothing out there that was safe. But now it feels like this is the least safe place on Earth.
Oh, Josie. Josie.
I think I did something bad.
Landon Kirby.
Identibus.
And what exactly do I do with you? I have no need for you.
Every monster that comes out of that portal wants him for Malivore.
I am not here for Landon Kirby. In blackness, a light emerges, illuminating the path for darkened souls. What is the new path?
I'm shit at these. I've not got one right.
Artemis was a Trojan horse for Agent Clark. The Sphinx doesn't want Landon for reasons no one can decipher. And Josie accidentally created a dark object of indeterminate power.
That's got to be Stefan's room, that in it. I'm sure it is. I'm sure that's Stefan's room.
Miss me?
He's got a cheeky grin, hasn't he, man?
Clark? How did you get in here?
My trusty ring.
Yeah, please, go ahead. Make yourself comfortable. While you're at it, tell me what the hell you're doing here.
I swore to my father I would come back and take you out. I had to consume people and monsters to stay stable. I burned through my monster food supply and I was still unstable. But not anymore. I have a new solution when I can become a powerful tripod and stand up to my father once and for all.
What is that?
A little weapon your frenemy Josie helped create today. I know I shouldn't gloat, but you screwed me over. You literally have no blood. How far do you think you can get?
It was good that she actually fought him because she wasn't actually chained up, so she could stand up. So it makes sense. Oh, who's that? Who's he cutting? Literally, he only needs to cut one person. He transfers over. He needs to cut the worst person.
You're not great at hide and seek.
Wow, that was really good, Hope. You know what? That was clever. You know, I'm giving it a clap. That is very clever. Very clever. I like it. You know, he told the story and how it worked, and then he used it unexpectedly in a twist. I like it. I actually do. That was very good. Now, like I said, he just said the next person he cuts, he transfers himself into. They just need to make it so it's the worst person ever. Maybe cut a standard normal human, but then obviously that human would get took over. But I don't care about that human because I don't know who it is. Do you know what I mean? But he would have no powers then, so he'd literally be useless, absolutely useless.
Open the door, Hope.
Could she not just use it again and just hide in Enquiry? Oh, she's killed herself. Oh. I'd like her to kill herself though.
Somebody help!
Nowhere to go. No one to help you.
His chest glowed.
You should have jumped into the pit instead of your little girlfriend. Just don't get it.
Oh, get what?
What our father sees you. Sure, you can regenerate, but you have no magic.
I'll always be the inferior son.
Doesn't look like it from this angle.
Do it.
Landon, no!
This is for you, Hope.
No!
Oh yeah, stop the wrong landing, man.
Now you die tomorrow.
Hey.
Come on.
This just took a turn.
Shit, how's he gonna get? Literally, how's he gonna fix that now?
Where is the real deal? He must be off with his other girlfriend.
I love it when they throw light spells like that. It's well better than normal magic. That was good, man. Again, really good play. I knew that's like that's how it should have played out, but I never thought that it would actually work. That's why I didn't say it. But obviously, they said that he was disappearing when it turns into the moon, and they wanted him to go inside the Malivore thing so he could like disintegrate inside and end it. So, you know, that was always a possibility. I just never thought because he was a physical being that you could actually transfer the powers over. So, I mean, I'd say that's my naivete, but that was definitely the best play. Way better than the human. I didn't think that you could do that because I didn't think he was an actual person that you could actually transfer over to because he's not actually real. He's just like a figment of an imagination. Is he even real? I don't even know, like, because how is he in the present? Is it that thing? It's clever anyway. They've done that really well.
I'm sorry to do this. I really wanted to avoid this pain, but it's been long enough.
Can I drink?
Oh, he should be writing with that pen so it goes in the book so they can read it.
Ice, sparkling soda. No, but you can sit down.
I talked to Josie for a sec.
I'll go and get some ice.
Are you okay?
I'm just a little drained.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I wanted to know if it was okay with you if I came back to school. I miss my classes. Miss morning meetings. I miss you. I won't come back if my being here brings you any more pain. What's that?
There we go. He is using that pen. They're both going to get it at the same time.
I am at the center of all this heartache. So I have to leave Mystic Falls knowing that they'll follow me.
Oh,
you sure about coming with me?
All in, brother.
That's the best trait that he's got, Raphael. He's always by him. That is his best trait by far. A boys, a feud has brought them together.
His choice. Landon or no Landon, you belong here.
Something told me I needed to upgrade from ice to ice cream.
Yeah, mate.
Dad says that I'm not allowed to give Sebastian the boot until he has checked him out.
Hey, by the way, I just wanted to say I should have never voted you out. I'm sorry. Hey, what if the Sphinx isn't talking about spirits, but about monsters? In blackness,
why am I terrible?
a light emerges.
The portal at Mystic Falls.
But a third sees a new path.
You don't serve Malivore because you see a new path.
You solved my riddle.
What's coming next?
No hero rises, but can be felled by the golden arrow. But the greatest destroyer of all is love. Now that the boy is away from Malivore's grasp, my work here is done.
Yeah, that was sick. He said that the two brothers are going on a path. Yeah, so he's talking about Landon and Raphael. They're going away. Malivore can't get them, and then there's something. It's like there's something in the school. What is this? Like something in the school. I think he was talking about hope anyway. I actually do think he was talking about hope. But again, I've been nowhere near any of these riddles. I'm absolutely awful at it. I will be the first one to admit I am shocking. The Salvatore Graves. We're getting closer. We are getting closer. Each episode we're getting closer and closer to who this person is in the Red Hood. I'm well interested. So, do you know what I actually do like? How they use the same scenery as the Vampire Diaries do. I'm pretty sure that Stefan's bedroom, that Hope's in, they use the same dining sort of thing where all the books are. That's the same. The fireplace. I know it's obviously a Salvatore house, but I just like it. I do like seeing the same environments. Like when we're going around Mystic Falls and you got like the little seating place where they sit and the tower in the background, you know, that's the same. You have the stairs where Finn got killed. They was on that like the other day. That's obviously the same. And then here in the cemetery, that is the same one again. So I do like it because it just, I don't know, bit of continuity. I do love it. Even if it's the simplest thing, I do like it. So again, I think this guy telling all the riddles was decent because he never lied. He told the truth about all of it. And now he's told this one. It's like, who is he talking about? I feel like it's Hope, but I don't know. I actually have no idea. I feel like Rick is going to come the head teacher again of the school. He has to. No one else is there. Why not? He knows it. Caleb voted him in. Everyone else voted him out. I'd like to know the reasons why the others did. We got Josie's reason. It made total sense in that aspect of why she done it. So you can't really blame her. I'd like to know why Dorian done it. And I mean, hopefully he wasn't doing it out of spite for what happened with the female that got in between them, and he had a justified reason as well. But again, good information, and I like it how the three girls are together now and they're looking like a team, friends, united, and that's all I wanted ever since I thought of the possibility in the originals that she was going to come to this school. I wanted them three to be together, and they've been in the show, but they've never actually been a team. We've seen them fight a few times, and the chemistry is building as well, and I think Liz is having a good season. She's the one that's kind of connecting them. She's having a laugh at the same time. Come with the ice cream, sat with a bench before, hugging each other, you know. And I think that Landon as well, he's backdoored it, man. Like, he's left it where both of them now could possibly not want to be with him, if that makes sense, because he never really chose. They could both, like, when he ever does come back, and if he does want to be with one of them, they could both just say, no mate, you know, you was too scared to pick one of us, so you're not having any of us. But I understand that he's left because of the reason that Raphael's told him, because of what that guy said, that he's not safe in the school. But I feel like the way he's left, just without telling anyone out of the blue, right, in the book, and not picking him and just leaving both girls to be sad there, kind of, I don't know, it wasn't the best way. But I do like how Raphael always stands by him. He does everything for Landon, and literally wherever you go, I go. If you need me, I'm there. You know, if you want to leave the school, we'll go. He got accepted in the school. If you don't take Landon, I'm not coming. So I like it. I do like how he's got loyalty towards him. Okay, and that is going to wrap up today's episode. So very interesting that, you know, Clark now, it looks like he is possibly going to die in the next episode unless he pulls something right out of his ass and literally manages to I don't know, transfer his body into a different one. Like he said, he had that trident or whatever, and like whoever he stabbed, he transferred his whole powers into them. What he wanted to do is put it into Hope, so that he had all of the powers, so he could go and possibly defeat his dad. Because again, you know, he was introduced not really liking his dad. You know, like he was the one that put him in the place that he is, and he's always been kind of scared of him. He got sent in the pit, threw back out, sent back in, and then he's had to plead for him to keep him alive, and he'll serve him. But he spat him back out, but with a twist that he's kind of like a siren. He's got to kill to stay in his form. So he's gone around and killed loads of supernaturals and monsters or whatnot, and like that's not enough. He's had to go around and start consuming humans. Well, he thinks that if he can consume Hope or take possession of her, he should be sound, like literally, because Malivore doesn't want her because she's you know, not full high tribrid mode, which I think that has to happen soon, honestly. Like, you know, we was told that she was a tribrid ever since that Haley got pregnant, and altogether it must be like 5 seasons or something, you know, if we go by it. I know like loads of them she was a little baby and that, but still not activating the vampire side and only seeing the hybrid side. It needs to happen, it does. But it was good. They used the continuity of bringing the subconsciousness, or whatever you'd want to call it, second Landon in to trick him into transferring his powers. You know, they did drop it in. This is Landon's subconscious. He was blurting out everything. I love you, Hope. I want you, Hope, and all this. And that meant that Josie thought that is him making his decision. You know, he's not saying it himself, but his subconscious is his feelings, and he's blurting it out, so he's already made his decision. But Landon obviously denied that. He was saying, you know, I'm a human. I could decide. I might think stuff, but it doesn't mean that I have to say stuff, which is true. And I do like the stuff that actual subconscious Landon was saying, though. When he was just sat down in the room with Hope, and he was just talking, and he was like, can you hold my hand? That was pretty good. He's like, look, I'm going to die tomorrow, so why should I be quiet? You know what I mean? Let's just chat. Again, it was quite clever what they done, like I said, transferring him over, or using the spirit or whatnot to put it into his body, because when it does disintegrate at the Luna, or whatever you want to call it, that Josie said was going to happen, then he will be gone. Like, gone. And that is interesting, because obviously it's not going to get put into the Malivore like they expected, because that is what they thought that the thing he was going to do, the monster today, was going to take Landon and take him to the Malivore pit, and then obviously disintegrate inside. But it still worked out in a way anyway that Clark's got inside of him, and I feel like when it becomes the Luna the next day, or whatever you want to call it, the night, I feel like he's going to pull some out of the bag, and he's not going to die, because the red woman, man, hooded Robin Hood, I don't know, whoever it is that is under that red hood has took his body and he's around the Salvatore grave. So it's really interesting. Now, that zombie's still missioning around for 2 episodes now and no one's seen him, which is a bit mad. But we're getting closer and closer. I think every single episode we're getting closer and closer and closer to seeing who's under the hood, because it keeps going in closer in the face in the darkness. Like, I think the camera keeps going closer to it. I kind of thought that they might have shown a bit of the face in this episode, but we didn't. So I'm going to say in the next episode we might get a glimpse of who it is under there. But I'm really excited to see like who that is going to be. And I would like it to be someone that we kind of know, just to make it a bit better. You know, like somebody that's been introduced in this show, The Vampire Diaries, or the originals. Just somebody. Doesn't have to be like a massive person. Just somebody that's not completely new, so we can go, oh God, I didn't expect that. That's all I'd be asking. But we didn't have a Caleb this episode, you know, after the last one, which he had a pretty decent episode on, no Sebastian. But we did have 3 girls, Josie, Lizzie and Hope, having a proper bonding session. It looks like they've got good chemistry now and they are friends. And I'd like to see them moving forward, because even though they was kind of fighting for a boy, even though they wasn't, not with each other, but they was competing for it. You know, they both expressed interest in the same one and he was waiting to see who was going to get picked. In the end, he didn't pick any of them. And I think that that action will actually bring them together. Do you know what I mean? They've got like a common ground interest, like feelings. They've both been kind of hurt from it, and then now they're both gonna like bond and like strive together. Now Josie, she's done some dark magic again. Her eyes went black, which I always think looks pretty sick. And you know, I do like, even though she was used, that what is it, Clark, he actually said some good stuff to her, that you are powerful, Rich, you've got stronger, you're progressing, you know, like you should be confident in yourself. It's true. I do agree with that. It is true. She should be confident in herself. And I hope that this thing here with Landon doesn't put her down back into her shy self that she was last season. I feel like she's really come out of her shell. She's like quite dominant and she's quite vocal and she's quite confident in season 2, and I hope that stays that way. I like how she accepted Hope to come back into the school. Mate, you know, you belong here, and regardless of what my feelings are, whatever's, you should be coming to this school. It's good. I want Rick to be in charge as well, because there's going to be no head teacher now. I know that he's in charge of Mystic Falls High School, but we don't care about those, do we? We actually don't care about those. We care about here, the Salvatore boarding school, and we want him to be dominant in charge with Dorian as well, because he's very clever. You got to say he's matched the DNA samples that was left in the bar, and he figured out that it was Ryan. So I mean, the guy's really, really smart. And again, I'm interested to find out literally what is going to happen with Landon and Raphael now, because Raphael, he always stands by Landon. He always, no matter what decision he makes, he's always taking it. I think he's acted quite good since he's come back. I know he's got his PTSD in that, but he does look at stuff a bit logically. I don't know where they're going as well. Like, are they going to be absent for a few episodes and we're going to like progress with the school storyline and then diving over them after we've gone for the hooded figure and what's going on there? And because they've literally got on the bus to nowhere right now for us. At least with Hope, we're like, okay, she's going to New Orleans, we know it, we get it, there's something there. But these two, I don't know, they're literally on a highway to hell, nobody knows. So again, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen with those. So I can't wait to watch the next episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's. If you did, please smash a like, it really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.